Hello, it's the Streamlock here reviewing Trine 2 by Frozen Byte. Trine 2 is about three characters, Amadeus the Wizard, Zoya the Thief, and Pontius the Knight. These three unlikely heroes are bound in their fate by the Trine, a mysterious object that features heavily in the first game. Even though Trine 2 doesn't necessarily continue from the first game, the character interaction is something that I absolutely adore in the second one. You can tell that these three have met before, they're all quite friendly with each other, and this is all because they've met in the first game. However, the player will be unaware of this. It doesn't really matter, it's just something that I absolutely love, the continuity of it all. As a result of these three characters knowing each other from the first game, it actually makes the dialogue really interesting. There's a lot of banter back and forth between them. I think Frozen Byte did an absolutely amazing job. The voice acting is actually second to none, and it's not grown-up humour. It's pretty childish humour. Pontius playing sort of like the knight who's a bit, you know, he's not all that clever, but he's always got these funny lines to say. Zoya, which sort of brings some balance to it, and Amadeus, which is an absolute scaredy cat. Trine 2 does have multiplayer capabilities, and in fact that's probably its strongest point. The ability to play with two other friends and just go through all the levels in the game. You can load up from any save, you can customize a bunch of things. You know, if you want to make it slightly easier, you can make it so your wizard can levitate players, you know, or if you want all players to be able to use all three characters, you can have all three of you playing as Amadeus. That's not a problem. They've actually put this in the options. They've thought about, you know, what players want, and they've delivered. However, I'm not a great big fan of the story. The reason is I feel like the story has never been the main focus of the games, despite it featuring quite heavily and, you know, it being a narrative all the way through. I really see the story as a means to an end for the three characters to sort of interact with each other, because these are three heroes drawn from all over the place to have this, you know, this dynamic gameplay. The story has to include all three of these, and I think as a result it sort of suffers a little bit. You can't have, I don't know, it feels a bit lackluster. However, I'm not really too fussed at the end of the day, because I never bought the game, or I never played the game expecting to get a really amazing narrative. I played it because of the amazing puzzle elements. And that brings me to the puzzles. How does Trine 2 develop on the ideas of Trine 1? And, you know, do we have a case of Borderlands 2 syndrome? No, we actually don't. This isn't more of the same, although the premise and, you know, the game looks the same, don't get me wrong, but my god, the puzzles have been dramatically improved. They are so good and so clever, some of these puzzles. You can actually have some real fun playing it in single player. Don't get me wrong, this isn't just a game that's just always going to be better with friends. It's not. If you want to put the game into hardcore mode, you are going to have a real challenge. I have tried playing in hardcore mode. It is absolutely, I can't even do it. Not only this, but you've also got XP vials to collect. You can collect all the XP vials. You've got secrets in every level. You've got monsters experience, so you know, for killing all the monsters. There's a lot to do in the actual game itself. And because there's a lot to do in the game itself, I never actually found myself feeling that the game was lacking anything. I always felt like I was having a great experience at the time, and after that as well. I don't think at any point I felt like Trine 2 has not delivered on what it's promised, and in all fairness, that's probably the biggest strength of the game. The fact that you go away feeling absolutely satisfied with the gameplay, absolutely satisfied with the puzzle elements. The storyline isn't too bad, you can get over it, you know, if you're not someone who's really drawn in by story. I mean, okay, let's just settle this storyline thing. The story is absolutely fine, don't get me wrong, I'm just nitpicking here. The story itself, I feel like it could have been improved, but honestly, it's not that bad. It's pretty good. It's like a fairy tale. At the end of the day, Trine 2 is one of the... In fact, the whole Trine series is something that absolutely oozes character. I don't think I've ever played another game that's made me feel the way the Trine series has. I've just every time I've finished playing it, I've come away with this absolutely amazing feeling of like a complete game experience. The visuals are amazing, the sound is amazing, the creativity of some of the levels, just the level design and the puzzle design is absolutely amazing. And because of this, I would give Trine a 9 out of 10 very easily, maybe even a 9.5. It's just one of these games that I find amazing. I could play this for years. I'm really looking forward to Trine 3. And hopefully if you play Trine or Trine 2, you will be too. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've got any suggestions on what I should maybe review next, please leave them in the comments. If you like the videos and would like to see more in the future, please subscribe and like. And I will see you next time.